What's going on, everyone? I am back, and if you're wondering where I was, you can ask GGG, because I really prefer to make PoE 1 videos. That's what I really enjoy, and obviously we haven't gotten a new league in a while. In PoE 2, I was planning on making something for that, but, you know. So anyways, last Epoch it is, mainly because I am having a blast with this season. I wanted to find something to make a video on, and I'm going to go over just a couple things I do that is making me decent gold so far. Actually, probably a little bit above average gold. It's actually a pretty good strategy, or one you can kind of add on to. Before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see some more Last Epoch videos. Also get subscribed over on twitch.tv/SafeOnTalk, which I am still streaming a couple times a week on. I answer all the questions that you have if I can answer them, and we just all hang out, play some cool video games. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit the Y button. That's what it defaults to, and you're going to want to unlock points for this Weaver tree, which is the new league mechanic. The number one thing I think you should do is when you go to the main menu here, you can go to the Haven of Silk right here, travel. There's going to be a merchant there that is going to sell you these echoes that you can put on your map after you run a certain mechanic on the endgame map area that you can put them in, but don't worry, I will show you that in a minute. So you go here to this merchant and you buy any one that says, at the bottom you see right here, it says 1 Weaver tree point already earned. Some of these will say, if you do them, you will earn a Weaver tree point like this. Place it altar the Weaver and complete echo to earn 1 Weaver tree point. Buy all the ones that you can at first, just to unlock as many points as possible, or at least a fair number of them. I have enough to do this strategy, that's why I'm not buying certain ones. I'm mostly buying this one, the False Temple. It is filled with shrines, and I'll show you why this one is super important and why I like it so far. Now, once you buy all the echoes that you need, you are going to, whether you're doing this strategy or you just need to unlock more points, you're going to want to look out for this cave object here. When you enter one of these, there will be a cave as the objective. You are going to want to find that on the map, go in, and complete it. Alright, once you go in the cave and you finish it, there will be a boss in here. You kill the boss, you go to the back, and you are going to find this altar right here. What this does is it's going to show you open spots you can just drag these over onto. So at first you're going to want to put all the ones that, you know, once you complete, you get a Weaver point for. You can do this on any corruption. It just in the beginning rifts, whatever they call them, the beginning echoes, or like me at the level 100 corruption. Right now it does not matter. You can do it in all of those, and you just simply drag some of these over here. Now again, I have most of my points, so I'm just loading all these up with these false tempos, so I can just run a bunch of them. You're going to want to do at least once all the ones that will give you a point to get your points going. Once you get points, you can hit Y and go to your Weaver tree, and you will start here. You can start putting points into things. There are some that you want to prioritize, namely Xeric's Aid is great. Put 2 points in this. Gives you a 7% chance that Xeric will be in there, increasing your gold drops by 170% with 2 points into it. This one, a pile of gold to drop and you complete an echo objective. That's really nice. I like to come over here and get rid of the echoes you discover. Won't be glyph rewards. They won't be arena key rewards because those are pretty much useless right now. Experience rewards. I'm pretty high level. I think I'm like 95 now. About to be 96, so I don't need these. You might want to keep these on here, not put a point on here if you're looking to level a little bit faster. But these just help get you more gold rewards and some other more rare rewards. If you played PoE, it was like the nodes that cut out certain content and then buff the chances of receiving other content in maps. It's basically what these do. The regal foes, bosses, and champions in your echoes drop an additional pile of gold. I don't notice this too often. I don't think if it explodes in gold, I don't think it's too crazy. I may be wrong. I just haven't noticed it, but I put a point in there anyways. These nodes are pretty good. You can use these to get certain uniques to drop more often that you want. You just put an item in there. It does not stay in there. It just makes an imprint. So if you wanted, to put the another piece of armor, like a razor fall in here, you could, and you can still wear them. I just want a better peak of the mountain, so I have it in there. I haven't messed around with these too much. I noticed when they drop, I can't trade them, but I feel like I watched a streamer get drops from these, and he was able to trade them. So I apologize. I just don't know too much about it, but I do know that these imprint things can be really good. I put a couple points into the loot lizards. These are nice for gold. and just other items in general. Now, the reason you want to run these shrine maps is because there is a gold shrine, and in these maps I get on average about 2 to 3 of them per map. Now you can see as you move through, killing things. Oh, there's one right there. And right there, that was 18,000 gold. Now, another thing that's great about taking the Xeric node that we went over before, this one that makes it have a 7% chance where you get 170% more gold, is this works with the gold shrines. So on average, I'm getting between 15 to 25,000 per gold shrine. This bumps it up to around 40 to 50,000 because of that massive bonus. Super nice. This is a great way to get gold. The map is not too hard because as you're moving fast, the buffs from the shrines do stack. So you end up, you know, it's like having a headhunter in PoE or something that just gives you the mods. See, there's another gold right there. So within, you know, that's not typical, but within 20 seconds running the map, you know, I already got 45,000 gold. So these maps are great, and along with these nodes, especially when you get a Xeric, that is the big money maker right there. You end up with a couple 100,000 a lot of times going out of the map. Now, another great strategy to make gold is the crafting materials, the Rune of Havoc. This makes it so if you have a tier 7 mod affix on a crappy item, or on a crappy mod that nobody wants, but say it has something like it's, like for me, it's a quiver, it's got tier 7, like, you know, resistance, but I want it to have tier 7 dex, because that is going to sell for a lot on something like a quiver. Again, you're going to want to know some items. Look at your own build, see what you need. Go to somewhere that has build guides like Maxroll. Click on something that's super popular, like the Busted Ass or Racing Strike build. See what it uses for its mods. And you can just swap stuff. So say you have something like this rogue thing that says 24 dex. Because I used a Rune of Havoc on it, and I need that eventually to merge with my armor. But say it had, you know, tier 7 health regeneration. You can hit F, put that in here. It does take forging potential to use these. You can use a Rune of Havoc, and you can switch it around and try and get a tier 7 health regeneration to swap over to tier 7 dexterity, where it is actually worth something. So the Havoc runes are amazing. So again, when you're doing the Weaver tree, don't put points into something that makes it so you can't get rune rewards. Those are important, as well as getting the gold rewards on your tree. And lastly, you are going to want to get a loot filter, a decent one. Raxx, he put out a video for a universal filter. Not going to put the filter in the description, but I am going to put a link to that video. There's a bunch of instructions in there that says, oh, if it's got caps and parentheses, you're going to want to change some of the rules in these maps, or in this loot filter. That is not necessary for me. It generally will just highlight the tier 7 stuff, get rid of a lot of the crap, super highlight things with legendary potential that could possibly sell for more. So you might want to use that. Again, I didn't edit it at all. I just took it, you know, took the paste bin text. You can just hit the plus sign right here, go to paste clipboard contents after you copy it. He's got more info in the video, but it is not hard at all to import a loot filter, and it helps a ton to see things that are possibly worth it. Always, always, always check the description on these videos and some of the comments if you have time, just simply because some people add some stuff, some better ways of doing certain things, maybe some tips, because again, I am not a Last Epoch professional. I have a decent amount of hours in the game, but it's not anywhere close to something like Path of Exile, so you know, I could say some stuff's wrong. We could be doing some things not optimal, so always check down there for future stuff. But that is it, guys. Short and sweet. That's just a couple good tips. If you want to see more of these videos or some more tips for Last Epoch, please let me know in the comments. Helps with the algorithm, and just generally lets me know what's going on. Let me know what you think of the cycle. They don't call them leaks, they call them cycles. I think it is awesome. I have a couple qualms and stuff. I think if you're not playing an OP build, I think the Weaver monsters are probably a little too overtuned for some people, but not a whole lot of complaints. I'm having a great time, and I'm streaming over at twitch.tv, so that's Safe on Talk playing this, so go over and say what's up. So I think that's about it, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.